Welcome to the CE Pro Podcast. I'm Executive Editor Arlen Schweiger. I know everyone's looking forward to seeing the latest products from the hundreds of exhibitors at this year's CEDIA Expo, but let's face it, the real stars of the trade show are going to be the CE Pro All-Star Band. With the expo taking place in Dallas, the return of the band, including a few new faces this year, is ready to hit the stage for two sets of classic rock to close out Thursday's show floor. Our resident guitarist, Bob Archer, chats with fellow band members to get us ready in this week's podcast episode. As always, be sure to subscribe to CE Pro's YouTube channel and hit that like button on our videos, or subscribe to the CE Pro podcast on Apple and Spotify and leave a review.
Hi, I'm Bob Archer, Senior Editor with CE Pro Magazine, and today I am sitting down to speak with the CE Pro All-Star Band. We are several weeks away, or a few weeks away, from taking the stage in Dallas on September 29th at approximately 5 p.m. We're going to run through two sets of some awesome classic rock material, and we have a very talented band of longtime industry members taking part in this. I would like to start things by introducing everyone. And Tim, I would like to start with you. Tim, please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Tim.
And what instrument? And what do you?
Just teasing. No. So my name's Tim Begonis. I play drums and I sing, and I'm with D Tools. And I've been, blessed with the honor of playing with these guys for the last few years, and really looking forward to it.
Okay, our next drummer.
Hey everybody, I'm Jim Garrett with Harman Luxury Audio. I play drums, I sing. I've been doing this with the CE Pro band for a couple years now, and dating all the way back to the SH Expo days. So very happy to be doing it again. Glad we're having an in-person show, and it will be able to provide a little bit of entertainment for everybody.
And thank you. Let's move on to the other part of the foundation of the band, and that's our bass players. Dave.
I'm Dave Silkin. I'm one of the two bass players, also one of the two original bass players. I think Mitch has been there as long as I have. I'm really looking forward to playing with these guys again. Something kind of magical happens whenever we get on stage. We really don't know what's going to happen, but I'm sure it's going to be great. I am the president and CEO of DSG Distributors and Digital Sales Group Metro, and can't wait to see you guys.
Thank you, Dave. Let's move over to keys. Steve.
Hi, I'm Steve Haas. I am President CEO of SH Acoustics, and last year was supposed to be my first time playing with the All-Star Band, but that didn't quite happen. So I'm very excited that this year it's actually going to happen, and look forward to playing with everybody and seeing all my friends again.
Okay, part of the awesomeness of the band is the fact that we have horns. Rick, could you outline your responsibilities with the band?
Sure. I'm Rick Santiago, and I'm CEO and co-founder of Indie Audio Labs, Acurus and Aragon. And I'm a wind player focused on reeds. So I play tenor sax. I'll be playing tenor for a lot of these tunes, and hope to be joined with some other brass as well. So we have a full horn section, little mini tower of power, if you will.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Rick. I saved the guitar players for last. So I want to start with our newest guitar player, who's also going to contribute some vocals. Patrick.
Hey there. I'm Patrick Shaughnessy. I'm with Focal Naim America. I'm a first timer with the CE Pro All-Star Band, so I appreciate everyone welcoming me to the band. Yeah, play guitar and vocalist. Been doing it since I was young, and very excited to join the group and do the best I can to help out wherever I can. So appreciate it.
Thank you, Patrick. I'll throw in the fact that I play guitar too, and I'm the lefty, the guy making the noise up there. These guys will cover for me. But anyway, guys, let's get right into this. It seems like the expo and the whole fall season, for that matter, is rapidly approaching. What are you looking forward to with getting back on stage with the band and playing with the guys again? It's been the first time in 3 years that we've gotten together in person. Rick, can I start with you?
Sure. It was such a great vibe when we played last time live. The band was so tight, the rhythm, the foundation was really solid, and it was a fun venue. Just we had a great stage setup. We had a full sound system with a full sound company doing live mixing, and I don't know, it was just a fun environment. I don't get to play in that environment as much as I'd like. I'm more of a jazz kind of guy, so I love breaking out some of the honk tenor.
Awesome. Jim, let's what are your thoughts on getting back on stage and playing with the guys?
Oh, I think it's great fun, right? So some of us are in bands, we play on a regular basis, but whether you do that or not, I think it's just fun to get together with a bunch of industry coworkers, and all of us are in this business because we love music. And so to be able to get on stage and share that with everybody there, provide a little fun and levity to the evening. That's what I'm looking forward to. As Rick mentioned, everybody says here, we had a blast the last time we did this. It was unfortunate we haven't been able to do it for a couple of years, but as they say, we're getting the band back together. So happy to be able to do it again this year.
All right, Dave, you've done a lot of these. What are you looking forward to?
Well, I'm looking forward to, meeting the new guys and showing them what we've done in the past and how it works. I mean, there's something so cool about, not seeing everybody for a couple of years and getting together for, what seems like 10 minutes of rehearsal, even though it's a couple of hours, and just getting on stage, and kind of all the thought process goes away. We just go into overdrive mode. And as soon as we hear Tim or Jim, who's ever going to kick us off, click those sticks, I mean, something really cool happens and it becomes a show. And I'm waiting for that to happen. This year, I'm bringing my son with me for the first time, who's behind me over there, who's our director of marketing. So he hasn't seen me play in quite a long time. So that's an extra special bonus for me.
Now we got to make him look good, then, Jim. We're solid there.
Lots of bass solos.
Oh, jazz artist.
Bass solos.
Okay, Tim, as our primary vocalist, what are your thoughts?
Well, what I really like about playing with these guys is, we don't know the songs that we want to do ahead of time, so we kind of riff a little bit on what we think would work, and we want to find things that people will recognize and like. And what people don't realize is, if we only get 1 or 2 times to play together before we go out, it's really everybody's working on their own, and we come together and we know probably within the first time we play a song if it's going to work or not. And we kind of go through those and we're like, okay, we'll keep this one. Ooh, no, not that one. So that's the fun of it, is because we have a list. We have quite a long list this year of stuff that we're going to attempt to do. And the fun part is just, figuring out if it's going to work. And like last time when we kicked it off and we started, within literally, the first 30 seconds, we're like, oh, yeah, this is going to be cool. And when you play with other people, the feeling when it clicks, you really can't compare it to anything. If you're not a musician, I'm trying to, like when you're on a team and you have a really good team, whether you're playing sports or whatever it is, and you guys have a good team and you play together, when you're with a bunch of musicians, it's the same feeling. You're not trying to win anything, but the feeling is just like, oh my God, this is good. And you just want to share it. And, we want to be good because we know people are going to come and have fun. And our industry is made up of all musicians, right? So, they're all going to be looking at us, right? We want to be good. We want to make sure, you don't want to be like those guys. Every gig, right? There's always that guy. We're trying not to, there's going to be those guys, but we're going to try and minimize that.
Yeah, I remember the last rehearsal that we did after that first song. We just kind of looked at each other and went, did that just really happen? Like, how are we singing harmonies? Nobody knows where part we're, and it just kind of fell in together. So it is cool.
Yeah, it's fun.
All right, let's get a new guy's perspective. Steve, you were supposed to play with us last year. Is there anything that you're looking forward to as a first-time live band member when we play together in Dallas on the 29th?
Yeah, well, I think all the excitement that Jim and Tim and the others have been talking about is really what is appealing to me. I've been gigging more over the past 6 months than I have probably in 20 years. So I feel like I'm polished in that way. At least, my fingers work, and I can do my best Billy Powell imitation with all the Leonard Skinner songs that are on the list. But yeah, I think it's just going to be so much fun getting together with everybody. And yeah, it is about the crowd. It is about being great for them and, showing off a little, sure, but really just making sure everybody really enjoys themselves a lot. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Patrick, Tim alluded to this a minute or two ago. What do you think it'll be like playing in front of your peers? And some of them, as Tim had said, maybe like this, like the guy going to the Rush or Dream Theater concert or something. What are your expectations about playing in front of your peers?
I try not to worry about that. I just, practice as much as I can. And once you hit the stage, you just gotta, kind of walk that tightrope and just do the best you can and kind of sync with everybody you're playing with. And I play a lot. Currently, I play a lot on my own just because my extensive work situation with work, and then I have kids and everything. So I play a lot of acoustic solo stuff, and that's, I prefer to play in a band. So I'm really excited to meet everybody in person and to jam. I'm excited for the rehearsals. I'm excited for the performance, and but I try not to worry about that once you're playing. Just give it all you have and rely on the band as a team and just kind of mesh together and try to turn those naysayers around and get them clapping and smiling and dancing, hopefully, and have a great time. So it's all about having fun, and it's great. Live music means so much to people, and I think after COVID and the last couple of years of being shut down, it's really important for this to take place, and it's going to reach a lot of people, I think, and do a lot of good. So
awesome. Thank you, Patrick. Let's move on to what we're looking forward to in the set list. I think we probably all have songs that we're looking forward to playing. Dave, let me start with you. Is there anything in the set list that you're looking forward to playing besides your bass solo?
Several bass solos.
Yes.
The last time we played, we did Domino by Van Morrison for the first time. And I remember playing the intro with Tim. And then all of a sudden the horns came in and I was like, this is cool. Wow, this is really cool. So I'm looking forward to that one again. Said the Sam and Dave song, Hold On, should be really nice. I like anything with horns in it because I'm not used to playing with horns. So when there's real horns and not keyboard play, it's playing the part. To me, that's very exciting. No offense, Steve, on the keyboard players.
Okay, no offense taken.
Okay, Tim, how about you?
I think there's a lot of songs here that I think are going to resonate with people, and there's some surprises. I think pulling out the Foghat song is going to be kind of fun. I think we've got a couple of songs that people are going to go, whoa, they're doing that. That's kind of cool, right? So it's like sometimes you got to play things that everybody knows and recognizes immediately. But the really fun thing is when you can pull off a song that maybe a little bit more of a deep cut, and you can pull it off. Then people are like, wow, I can't believe they did that one. That's fun. And hopefully we've got enough of those sprinkled in where it should be fun. And I'm looking forward to some surprises, from the audience going, oh, I remember that song. Wow, they're old. Wow. No. But, fortunately, we're playing to our crowd. So,
Steve, I have a feeling how you're going to answer this, but I want to ask you anyway. What are you looking forward to playing?
Well, there's one song in particular that I've never played out, but I want to conquer the solo of Call Me the Breeze. And I'm pretty far along with it. So a few more practices and I should have it. It's always been one of my go-to songs that I've wanted to play out, but I'd never had a chance to. I played other Skinner, but not that one.
Okay. Jim, how about you?
For me, whatever you want me to play is what I'm going to play because I just like to play. So I've played, almost all of these songs before. Many of them we play in the band that I'm currently in. So for me, it's really more just let's get on stage and have some fun. I think as we talked about with the guys before, when you get a group of guys playing music together, I'm one of those people. It's like we're playing to an empty room, I'd be okay with it. But as long as we're playing well and you're connecting musically, you create something special. And then when you do that and the band's having fun, the audience is going to have fun. And then when you're playing songs that they know, this set list that we've got put together, definitely a lot of songs everybody's going to know. There are, as Tim says, a couple of deep cuts we're going to pull out, but it's just going to be a fun time. And when we're having fun on stage, people are out there dancing and singing along with it. That's, to me, is going to make every song fun. So I'm just looking forward to the time we start to the time we finish. All of it.
Okay, Patrick.
Learn to Fly by the Foo Fighters. I'm really excited to sing that. I sang that in a band back long time ago and love that song. And I think with Taylor Hawkins' recent unfortunate passing, I think that song's going to reach a lot of people. He is very obviously popular figure, amazing drummer. The Black on Blue, but Kenny Wade Shepherd, I wasn't a huge fan of his previously, but I am now after listening to that song hundreds of times and practicing that. That's a great song as well. Obviously ZZ Top, huge fan, huge Lynyrd Skynyrd fan, so all those songs. So yeah, it's a great set list. I'm excited for all the songs.
Rick.
I just like the I would echo Dave, because anything with horns, of course, is what I'm going to be into. But I like the I don't know what our set order is going to be, but whatever the first song is, kind of like when the horns first appear, that's kind of the magic for me. So I'm hoping we can have a nice big entrance and get the audience to kind of see their eyes pop open. So I don't have any one particular song that I'm more excited about. I like all the song choices that we've made, and I just look forward to doing it with the rest of the guys here. So
okay, thank you, Rick. Jason, I didn't see you pop in. Guys, Jason McGraw is in on the call too. He's going to be playing with us too, and he's a first time. He was supposed to play with us last year, but we know what happened last year, so this will be his first time this year. He's a fellow guitar player, and secretly behind the scenes, he's the guy that puts the CE Pro band together. Jason, what are you looking forward to playing when we take the stage?
Well, it's thanks, Bob. It's very exciting to join these esteemed colleagues here. More importantly, I'm just super excited to get back to the full-size in-person show this year after 3 years since 2019 in Denver. It's going to be a heck of a show. Thousands and thousands of our colleagues from across the industry are going to descend on Dallas next month for the event. All the top brands in the industry are going to be there on the show floor. And this is, the kickoff, if you will, the culmination of our first day back on the show floor. So we're actually going to be in Hall F there at the exhibit hall, and we'll actually be rehearsing right on the stage for our exhibitor friends that will be setting up on Tuesday and Wednesday night. So they'll get to hear a little rehearsal action over on the stage going on as we prep for the big gig. But we're also going to be giving away some T-shirts to our first 500 friends that show up for the event. And of course, there will be some libations to share and have a great time. So I'm really looking forward to it, a great celebration and return of CEDIA Expo and celebrating the industry, and just a great way. We've all missed this interactivity in person over the last couple of years, and there's just nothing that replaces hearing live music, shaking hands, and having a drink with your buddies and making new friends, and celebrating the industry, and a great time to be had by all. So I'm looking forward to sitting in on a couple of the songs, and we've secured all the backline gear, the amps, the drums, keyboard, and stage and PA and electricity and all the good stuff we need to have a great turnout. So hopefully we'll all keep practicing here over the next several weeks, and once we get together, it'll be magnificent. So I'm super excited about it. I'm hoping everybody, if you haven't registered yet for the show, that you do so, and you come out to see this fine group of musicians perform for you.
Jason, thank you. Throwing my 2 cents in, I forget who it was had mentioned the Foghat song. That song is a blast to play live. I really have had fun learning that song. The Foo Fighters, of course, I'm a big fan of theirs, and the Molly Hatchet song, which I was really apprehensive about, but the song has a great groove to it. You can kind of lay in the pocket on that song, and I'm looking forward to hearing the guys play that song. But moving on to our next question, guys, I want to ask you, do you think that being musicians maybe had partly helped kind of help you to find yourself into the custom install market? The fact that I think Tim had mentioned that, yes, many of our peers in the industry do play at some level. Do you think it's not a coincidence that we're all, or many of us are musicians, and we happen to work in this industry, and we get to talk about audio and video and all the cool stuff, smart home? And Tim, I'd like you to respond first.
Well, I think we're all gear guys first and foremost, right? I mean, if you're a musician, you love gear. You can't get away from it, right? Even if it's stuff you don't play. I love guitars. I'm not a very good guitar player. Drums are my first instrument, but I love guitars and I love gear. And I worked in television mainly because I was a musician, and that led to software, which then led to this particular industry. And the thing that I thought was pretty similar between custom industry and the software industry is that a lot of programmers are musicians as well. And I think, there's something about the way the creative brain works, whether you're a producer, whether you're a programmer, or whether you're a salesperson, whatever, we like to make things. And when you're making music, you're making something, you're creating something. And I think as integrators, when you're designing these amazing systems for your customers, you're creating all the things that we do. So I don't think it's a coincidence at all. I think that's why I'm like, when we get out there, we're going to be, playing to our peers. And yeah, that's kind of how I see it.
Steve, how about you, especially where you're an acoustician?
Well, it really guided my entire path of life, because when I went to school, I was going to school for mechanical and aerospace engineering. And because I was bored with thermodynamics, heat transfer, all that, and I just really was so passionate about music, I had to find something that combined engineering and music. And it led me to the world of acoustics, and then eventually audio from there. So that really governed my entire life, is being a musician from an early age.
Patrick, how about you, especially as you are an employee of Focal Naim?
Yeah, I started in this industry when I was 16. I'm 49 now, so it's been a long time. And I started at Best Buy at 16, and mainly because of my love of music, and got into, selling audio at Best Buy back when they're commission. And then I figured I was never that type of musician where I was willing to risk everything for my art, unfortunately. So I figured, if I'm not willing to do that, why don't I, play music on the side and, sell speakers. And, as Tim said, I'm a gear collector. I have so much gear. It's unbelievable. I'm sure you guys have more than I do, but sometimes my wife's just like, what, do you really need another guitar pedal? Do you need another tube amp? Do you need another ISO acoustics or whatever it is? And the answer is yes, I do, because that's my passion, So I there's a lot of musicians in our industry, and it's wonderful. And it's just I don't know, it's great to work in an industry that I truly love, and love going to work every day, and love selling speakers and talking about audio and all the things that go into what we all do. So there's definitely a lot of passion in our industry, and a lot of that comes from a lot of us being musicians, whether professionally or amateurly or whatever. So, yep.
Jim, you work for arguably the most well-known audio company in the world. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, I would echo what the guys are saying, right? I think I'm the same way. I've been a musician my whole life. I originally went to college to do architecture because it was the creative part of my brain. And when I decided I didn't want to do that as a career, I turned to film and television production and audio production because I knew it was a good way to get out of college quickly with very good grades. I didn't really put a lot of thought into how that was going to pan out the rest of my life. So so we turned to the AV industry. Like Patrick, I started at Best Buy at retail and selling stuff, and because it was a passion. And I think we all have that passion. And in my case, I share the sentiment that I love my job. I love going to work every day, and work is not really work, right? It's almost, they call it work because it's work, but it's fun in a lot of ways. And for me, the ability to create products that can share music and movies with everybody around the world I feel like I'm sharing my passion with, the world. And I think all of us are kind of that way. We're all in this industry from that passion. We're all a bit nerdy, and we like the science aspects of it. And, that kind of comes with being a musician as well. But it's great. And I think because we're in the industry we're close to music, and a lot of us are fortunate to meet some of our heroes in the business we're in. I've met so many of the guys that I grew up listening to, and then to be able to sit down and have conversations with them because of my job is a little far out there. But again, all of that is just, it's what we do. It's what drives us all. And, as I was told one time too, we're in this industry because we weren't good enough to be professional musicians. But I think, maybe not necessarily the case for a lot of us, right? It's like there's the stability that comes in being in this industry as well. But it's just, again, I love being able to share music with anyone and everyone.
Jason, you have a nice perspective on this, where you came from the commercial industry, AV market, and now you're in the resi side of the electronics industry. What are your thoughts?
Well, similar path. I was involved in theater in high school and college, and picked up a guitar, I think, when I was in 7th grade guitar class back in the day. I'm fortunate that, my younger son, who's in college now, has a love for guitar. But, I played in some original bands and cover bands back in college and over the years. Unfortunately, not recently, but so I'm a little rusty, probably more so than everybody here. But I do, Patrick, have 10 amps in my basement and a PA system and keyboard and bass. And I feel like I have a mini guitar center in my basement. And when I built my house, I put in extra insulation so my wife wouldn't yell at me so much when I went down there and cranked up the Marshall stack, which I love to do on the weekends and every chance I can get. But yes, truly a passion. And so, that led me into, working with events, and, especially I had a great run for a long time leading the Infocom show for many years, got to know many of the audio brands in the industry. And then when I got the call and opportunity to come over here with Emerald and be the show director for CEDIA Expo, was a wonderful opportunity for me personally, but also it kind of went back to your matching up your passion and your enthusiasm for an industry that you also take a lot of personal pride and pleasure in. And so it's a dream come true to be able to, and just say, wake up every day and, apply what you enjoy and know some things about, and be able to make a living doing that. And then helping others. That's a big piece for me and my avocation, my career, is that, I feel like a glorified wedding planner. We're putting the hall together, we're getting the band, we're sending out the invitations, we're getting the party favors and the beer and drinks, and everybody's going to come and have a great time. And I get to play host. And we have a fantastic team at Emerald. And I say I'm the royal we here. There's dozens of people behind the scenes that make it all come together, and all the great vendors that we have at the show. But, to be able to do something fun at the show and then also connect your personal avocation to it is fantastic. And, so again, every year it's a new opportunity, especially coming out of the pandemic. I can't stress what a great feeling it is to be planning for getting back together in person. and having a good time together. And I said earlier, celebration, and I really truly mean that. It's we have a wonderful industry because of the passionate people on this call, but the thousands of others that love what they do and make a difference for their customers and clients. And I think it shows that we deliver the magic, the art, the science, and bringing it all together. So this is going to be a great celebration in Dallas with the CE Pro All-Star Band.
Jason, thank you. Rick, your background includes pro audio with one of the world's most famous microphone companies, and now you have your own company of high performance electronics. What's your perspective?
Yeah, I mean, I've always kind of been in the dedicating my life and my interest and my passions to making things sound better and clearer, and kind of both sides of the equation when it comes to music. For example, in the old days when I was early in my career working at Shure up in Chicago, I was focused on the front end, the mics, the pickup, and working with some of the, some really brilliant engineers on the acoustic side, things like that. I'm an electrical engineer by background. I kind of love the magic of how to transmit those signals through these little seemingly inanimate objects to make sound come out the other side. I always thought that was pretty magical. So, so the front end was a focus. And then now with the current company, Indie Audio, we focus on the back end. So how do we make what comes in the room sound like what went, when in the studio? So I've always just loved music and capturing music and conveying music and sharing music, whether it be live or electronic. So I guess that's kind of how I encompass all that stuff.
Thank you, Rick. Dave, you basically stepped in off the road in the tri-state New York area as a gigging bass player, and you formed your company based upon your love of audio video. Can you provide your thoughts on this?
Sure. Well, I actually started in retail before I formed the company, because I was on the road and had gotten married, and my wife was pregnant, and I needed a gig with health insurance. You don't get health insurance opening up for the Four Tops or, doing these 1,500 people shows. There's, you get money and a couple of perks of the job, green M&Ms, and you basically spend everything you have being on the road. So I walked into a job fair right by my house at a place called Nobody Beats the Whiz, which was the local version of Best Buy, I guess, at that time, or Crazy Eddie. And I said, I need a job, I need health insurance. And the girl looks at my resume and she goes, yeah, I can't hire you. I was like, well, why not? She goes, well, you've never really had a job. I was like, but I said, I'm a really good musician. I've worked in studios. I've installed PA systems. I've owned my own PA system. I really need a job. I don't care what it pays as long as there's commission and health insurance. And she said, all right, I guess I'll give you a shot. And I was like their largest grossing salesperson in the whole chain by the end of the year, because I just used to walk around in circles and sell whatever I could, knowing that he was on the way and I needed to pay for a lot of formula and everything else. And that grew into working for another retailer who was kind of more like back then we called it business to business, but we were kind of a transshipper. We had all the great lines and we met all the installers, and we were kind of selling stuff out the back door, not selling out the front door. And somebody said to me, you'd make a really good distributor. And I was like, all right, well, that sounds cool. I don't know much about it. And one of the reps came over to me and he needed to start a distribution company. And that's how the whole thing started. Eventually I went over to Avid, and then Avid got sold and I left, started my own thing, and here we are now. But having the experience of owning your own PA system at 13 years old, and then doing PA rentals and working in recording studios, it gave me a lot of perspective on what a room should sound like. And, Steve, you could probably appreciate that, being around all that kind of stuff. There's certain things that you look for and you listen for in a recording studio or while you're playing with other guys that you need to create that magic in a room. And that helped me a lot. And it gave me a lot of like street cred with customers, so like they treated me a little differently because they kind of felt like I knew what I was doing, because I had that musical background. So yeah, it was a tremendous help. Nobody else would have me, honestly. It was the only job I could get. So, but it was a great path for me, and I don't regret it. I love what I do. We still keep the music going once in a while, and so it's really a great place to be.
Dave, thank you. My final question for you guys, I'm going to kind of put you on the spot here. Why do people need to attend the CEDIA Expo on September 29th, I believe, through October 1st to see the band? Rick, I'll start with you.
It's a community. CEDIA is a community of professionals and folks that just have a magical skill to make homes and residences just do things that they could never do in the past. So let's get all those folks together. Let's get the community together, and the band and music and live performance is a great way to do that. Great way to facilitate it.
Rick, thank you. Jim.
Yeah, so on our end, it's just great to be back at the show. All the products we do are, very experiential. So to be able to let people come in and see and hear them is great. And then most of the stuff that we're doing, again, is trying to recreate live music. So to have some actual live music there on the floor, come over here. This is what it sounds like. Come over here, check out the products that bring it to life in your home. So I think it's just a great community, again, of like-minded people. Everybody there loves music, and we're looking at how you can bring it to life in any way, every way. And I think having the band there at the show floor really puts kind of the stamp on the whole thing for it.
Jim, thank you. Patrick.
I agree with both Rick and Jim that this expo is a great opportunity, for dealers to see new products and experience all of that, the community and the trainings and everything. And then this show just like they said, brings it all together and ties it all together, because we're, like Jim said, what we're trying to do is recreate the live music in the home or a car or whatever. So it's it's very important, and it's going to be a great time and great for everybody to get together after going through the pandemic, the last couple of years. So it's going to be a great event and a good uplifting event for everybody.
Thank you. Jason.
Sorry, got to unmute my microphone. Very important feature. Like I said before, it's a great opportunity to reconnect. I'm also excited. I'll just plug. We will have nearly 100 manufacturer product training sessions. CEDIA, the association, has entirely new programming in their education conference. We have our Smart Stage sessions on the show floor with our very own Jason Knott from CE Pro and others helping us out with different topics that are relevant and talking about future trends and hot topics. We have a new area, the Innovation Hub stage, with more topics talking about specific product case studies and applications. We have our Launchpad area with over 24 new to market companies that are showing at the show for the first time. We have Design and Connection program on Friday, where we have builders, designers, architects coming to the show with our friends from the various trade associations out there, NKBA, NAHB, AIA members, etc. We have all the buyers groups having meetings and bringing their members to the show. So it's going to be fantastic. I'm very thrilled. We've got all the major brands back on the show floor with their latest products, which, frankly, a lot of folks haven't been able to see or touch or, connect with the technical engineering folks, the sales and marketing folks, and the different brands. So, if you're an integrator, a rep, distributor, consultant, programmer, you need to join us in Dallas and join the party. More importantly, you get great takeaways that'll propel your business through the rest of the year into the following year. And I would point out in 23, the show returns to Denver. So we'll be heading out there September 7 to 9. But this year, the show, as Bob mentioned, is a little bit later in September. And so, make your plans. We have plenty of hotel rooms still available. I think our block's 85% sold, but registration's open. If you haven't made your travel plans or hotel, it's not too late. I know many of you are still on summer vacations and sending your kids back to school and so forth. But, don't delay. Sign up for what you need to do. We also have a contest. We're giving away some VIP tours, compliments of Visit Dallas to the AT&T Stadium. So there's a contest online that folks might want to enter that as well. So a lot of activities, a lot of vendor events, but of course this is a signature highlight event at the show, CE Pro All-Star Band. So very excited to be there and hope you'll join us. Thanks a lot, Bob.
Thank you. Oh, sorry. Thank you. Dave.
I think this could possibly be like one of the most important CEDIA shows that we've done in a very, very long time. It's kind of like a reboot. We need to kind of reboot our whole industry. It's the last couple of years have been insane. I mean, we've all been very, very busy, which is a great thing. We've had a lot of hurdles to get over, which is not such a great thing. But it looks like things are kind of calming down a little bit. It looks like it'll be safe for us to all get together. And what better way to kick it off with, live music by a bunch of your colleagues. I can't think of any better way to do this. And I hope everybody comes. I really do. I'm looking forward to seeing people I haven't seen in a while and just kicking some ass, taking some names.
Awesome. And Steve, wrapping things up.
Yeah, sure. Well, for me, CEDIA
sorry, I got Tim, right? Tim, I still got you.
That's okay. I mean, I think everybody said, I echo what everybody said. It's important to us mainly because D-Tools was, we launched at CEDIA back in 1998. This CEDIA Expo has always been a very, very important show for our company. And it was hard to miss last year. And we're really excited to be back in front of everybody. It's been a rough couple of years, as everybody said, for everybody. So it's going to be an awesome show.
Thank you, Tim. Steve, I'm sorry about that.
Okay.
I'm trying to keep track of everyone, and
doing a great
I'm losing
job.
the battle here.
No,
take it home, Steve.
Awesome job. Absolutely. So yeah, for me, being ahead of a service company, it's a little bit different. Certainly we love coming to CEDIA and seeing a lot and hearing, of course, a lot of products. But for me, it's all about relationship building and cultivating. And I think this All-Star Band goes hand in hand with that. I actually don't know most of you really well, but I'm really excited to be able to get to know you. And, as we all know, playing music together is the ultimate relationship building and strengthening effort that we can possibly do. So that's going to be real fun. But I think that type of spirit will convey itself or translate itself to the audience as well. We have a relationship with the audiences we play for and the people we see during the show. And I think this is just going to be a great opportunity for everybody to come back after a few years and really build those relationships and strengthen the ones we have.
Steve, thank you. Guys, I want to thank you for taking some time out of your day to talk about the band, to talk about the upcoming expo. And I look forward to seeing you guys in Dallas on the week of September 29th through October 1st. And of course, the first rehearsal, which I believe we're going to do on Tuesday night. And of course, that'll lead up to the band on the 29th at approximately 5 p.m. But I want to thank you guys for hopping on this call and have a great day.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thanks, Bob.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Bob.
See you soon,
See you
guys.
soon.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Safe travels.